Governor Najma Heptulla wishes to work closely with Manipur media. Political parties complain CEC about large-scale recruitments in government departments close to the forthcoming assembly polls. JNM's contract employees seize work demanding regularization of their service. Candidates of A&M female health workers who are denied Viva Voce storm Medical Directorate. And India to play 500 tests against New Zealand tomorrow in Kanpur. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English News and I'm Premi Thangjum with the top stories and latest news at this hour. Governor Dr. Najma Heptulla today met members of Editors Guild Manipur and discussed various issues plaguing the state. She was happy to interact with the editors of Manipur, which also included news editors of the AIR, Imphal and DDK Imphal. Dr. Najma Heptulla said the priorities of Imphal people are her priorities, and in her short time in governor's office, she could see that communication, both physical and emotional, between the hills and valley remains a challenge in Manipur. She said she has been meeting union ministers and highlighting the issues facing in Manipur. She maintained that railway is going to take some time, so the focus should be on road connectivity and airlines. In the last 2 weeks, she has been exposed to the rich cultural heritage and its problems. She said communication and health issues are of concern and has moved the concept for a flying doctors to reach out to far-flung areas to the Prime Minister. Dr. Heptulla expressed a desire to work closely with the media, whom she said has been her greatest friends when she was in the parliament. She extended invitation to the local media to meet her whenever the need arises. The Editors Guild Manipur told her that media was willing to work with her on issues concerning the people. EGM members strongly recommended that she visit the hill areas to get the first-hand knowledge of the problem they face, as well as understand the rich cultures of various tribes of Manipur.
I met Communication Minister Nitin Gadkari. I told him about the roads, what should be done, should concentrate more on road communication because the rails is not possible. It is maybe later on they can think of rail connectivity more, but at the moment it has to be focused on to air connectivity and road connectivity. You know, Manipur is so rich in culture, so we should show it to the world, not just to Indians only, to the world.
Chief Election Commissioner of India, Naseem Jagidi, today told the media persons that various political parties have raised several issues and made suggestions to ensure free and fair election during their meeting with him yesterday at Classic Grande, Chingmairong. He said they complain about the recent rush of large-scale recruitments being made in various government departments close to the forthcoming elections, which has the potential to impact the purity and fairness of the electoral process. The ECI also said all the parties highlighted the misuse of money power influence of insurgent organization both in valley districts and hill districts, possibility of irregularities in additions and deletions in the electoral rolls and effective measures to prevent them. Naseem Jagidi said the suggestions made by the parties for free, fair and peaceful conduct of polls include single-phase announcement of the election at least 3 months before the polls to prevent misuse of government machinery. They also demanded coverage of maximum number of polling stations participation by Central Armed Police Forces, maximum use of webcasting and CCTV coverage on polling booths in the vulnerable and insurgency affected, especially in hill districts.
The first point which political parties have demanded is that the elections in 2017 must be conducted in a free, fair and peaceful manner. Some parties have complained about large-scale recruitments which are being made by the state government in various departments, and they have requested that this practice needs to be discouraged. Next point, all parties have expressed their concern about insurgency in the state and its likely impact on election process. Most of the political parties have requested single phase election in the state. Is ending on 18th March. Commission will deliver the election before that.
Chief Election Commissioner Nazim Zaidi said the Commission lays a concerted emphasis on error-free electoral rules and ensuring that every eligible person is enrolled as a voter and no name is deleted without following the due procedure as laid down in the statute. He said the CEO Manipur has informed that as on the date, 18,07,843 voters are available on e-roll and percentage of photo coverage in the electoral rolls is 100% and epic coverage is 98%. He said the final electoral rolls will be displayed on the CEO's website and copies of the final rolls will be given to national and state political parties. The CEC said 3 state icons, namely famous theatre personality Ratan Thiam, international footballer P. Ranady and actor El Tontoy have been identified to ensure execution of SVEEP campaign to address all the critical gaps in the electoral rolls, electoral participation and ethical and informed voting in the state. He said the election commissioner proposed to launch a participative and people-friendly SVEEP campaign titled My Vote is Not for Sale. The Commission directed that all polling stations should be provided with ramps for persons with disabilities. For the first time in Manipur, voter verifiable paper audit trail BVPAT will be used in some selected constituencies.
So the Commission has also directed that voter education and awareness program, which we call SWEEP, should also be launched immediately so that awareness and education amongst eligible voters or eligible citizens is increased and they are encouraged to come forward. Now the Commission attaches great importance to law and order and security environment in the state, and the Commission will take all possible steps to create a conducive environment. We have asked them to identify vulnerable locations all over the state and the intimidators who threaten our voters so that appropriate preventive action is taken and our voters are free to cast their vote.
Nazim Zaidi said the Commission will take all steps to curb the meanness of bribing electors through distribution of cash, liquor, gifts, fees. He said comprehensive expenditure monitoring machinery will be activated at the earliest and preventive measures will be taken with the coordinated efforts of banks, income tax authorities, customs, excise and taxation authorities and police officials.
The complaints of citizens and stakeholders will be handled on IT platform, and abuse of money include distribution of cash, liquor, gifts, including drugs. And we have reviewed with the enforcement agencies. The Commission is identifying expenditure sensitive constituencies and would reformulate its expenditure monitoring policy and would operationalize it at an appropriate time. There would be many interventions this time, including setting up of flying squads which will be fitted with GPS facility so that their movements can be tracked.
Contract employees working at Janims Hospital have ceased work from today, demanding regularization of their service. The ceased work by all Non-Regular Employees Association is likely to have a severe impact on the normal functioning of the Jennings Hospital. The protesters are demanding regularization of around 390 contract employees now working in the hospital. Some of them are working at laboratory, blood bank, etc. Secretary of the association, K.H. Jayanta, said cease work strike was launched last year. They suspended the cease work after the Jennings Authority assured them that their demands will be communicated with the higher authority as the demands are reasonable. Some of the contract employees have been working in the hospital for 10 to 15 years. He expressed unhappiness at the indifferent attitude of the authority towards the problems of the contract workers who have suffered for a long time. Jayanta said if the Jennings Authority does not take steps for their regularization, they will intensify their protests.
Authorities staff grade 3 grade 4 की posting सी यामना मिराई भी मौंगदा अस्वाइदा थबक फंगदबा मयाम अमा लुपा लिसिंग अनी हुम द पीरगा नेक पयाबा मयाम लै आउटसोर्स मयाम तौरगा मैनेज तौगनी गानी याम उसी थवैदना हाइबीबा लाइबा तांग 19 सी फावबुदी यामना पीसफुली सिजवाक स्ट्राइक अदुगा सिट इन प्रोटेस्ट ना सिंबा संगसिन बगीदा हुजि की दोइना दे पांदमदा अदुमाइना थमजरी अदु कयमबा तंगाई फदना यारक्तगदी मतम मतमगी करम खोंजंग चंगसिन गदगे हाबदि सेशन की मेंबर खुदिमकी जेनरल बॉडी अमा तौरगा खना
Speaking exclusively to Impact News, Jennings Director Professor Laisram Deben said the agitation by all non-regular employees association is unfortunate as it is creating hurdles in providing services to the people, including free services for people below poverty line. Dr. Deben said a high-level meeting will be held soon to discuss the issue.
Smile tona koigi free of cost koigi doctor mayam sing nursing mayam sing technician mayam sing tawjari matam sida ai koigi mi chahum gumba koi hana daily wages the sanghiba akoi DPC ka mata tawdana aduga makoi sing asi koi yamna thuna regular ta daba yade haiduna torok irang sidagi makoi kanu tawgibani akoi thabakta kitang khudong sa daba lai adubo akoi angam thakta honajari loina na masi kamai tawraga masi akoi kari tawraga masi akoi kamai to mention gadage ro kamai to negotiate tawgada se akoi higher up koi tana jarga yam thuna sob tawno hona jagadori.
Candidates of A&M female health worker who were denied Viva Voce today stormed the medical directorate at Lumphil. They are demanding cancellation of the Viva Voce held today. A candidate said around 2,000 candidates applied for the recruitment of 155 posts A&M female health worker after the medical directorate issued notification in May this year. The Medical Directorate issued notice for verification of the candidates from September 12 to 17, and candidates who have verified have been asked to collect admit card on September 19. However, when the candidates went to collect their admit cards on September 19, the Directorate stopped issue of admit cards after issuing about 150 admit cards, stating that the director had halted the process. Yesterday, the Directorate notified that 775 candidates can appear in the Viva Voce. The candidates objected the irregularities in the recruitment process and demanded clarification from the authority. When the representatives of AMSU met the health director regarding the matter, they were told that 775 candidates were selected for the Viva Voce as they met the eligibility criteria. AMSU volunteers and the candidates questioned how the candidates who were found qualified during the verification were denied Viva Voce all of the sudden.
Date 19 the emicard se yele laga date 20 da mo moina yengani haga date 20 da notice sam tho shortlist thok pasida yaw da ming sing je emicard phangar ju chatna roi ya roi na haiba adu si kai gino ba maram je kharam na ma wang bai na mark basis ta ne adu su lau de ba akoi da ge hena nema mi lauri adu ga hujik changu matam da certificate su da bai ne na mu su hairi ba rejectly su thok de ba moina ya roi doi ta di na han emicard se kai do ba gi tho ino ba piri no ba kari maram gi no khoi na emicard piraga eligible oi de hai se kai no sin la na tau ba interview se su to honing de.
AMSU has boycotted a Viva Voce for the candidates of A&M FHW conducted by Medical Directorate. AMSU Vice President Kangabam Dhanajit appealed to the shortlisted candidates of A&M FHW recruitment not to appear in the Viva Voce. Speaking to media persons at AMSU office on DM College campus, Dhanajit warned the candidates who appear in the Viva Voce will be held responsible in case of any untoward incident. He said the Medical Directorate notified to collect the admit cards on the 19th of this month. but it was halted after distributing for some time in the morning. He alleged that the distribution began the next day with a fresh shortlist and the admit cards distributed earlier were cancelled. AMSU General Secretary Manjit Sarangthim said it is unfortunate to politicize the health sector and appeal to the authority concerned to constitute an inquiry committee to probe the malpractice.
Medical Director na candidate shortlist thokpada eligible oiba form thousand give candidate singda karigidam to mokhogi maming yaw tribano karigidam to mokhogi emicasi interview attend to gi yaw no gi emical as p dribano local media amusung electronic print media da myam da medical director na atubu matam da sengdokadabani
female health worker amadi NM lobagi baga bosigi exam attend to ba phangandwa si yamnamak matong huktaba department asigi asoiba men AMSU na lojai lemoriba numit da pangthokadariba exam sing asi AMSU na boycott tawre haiba numit asi da kanagumba candidate sing na thabala ko matam da thoning da thodok tholagadi madugi daita AMSU masa masa na pujagadamni lona department asigi director amadi authority na pugudone AMSU gi makadegi thamjari.
World Alzheimer Month on the theme Remember Me kicked off at JNIMS Conference Hall today. The month-long observance is jointly organized by Department of Psychiatry, JNIMS, Trained Nurses Association of India, Manipur State Branch Nurses Association, TNAI JNIMS Unit, National Alliance for Elders People, Livelihood Research Advocacy and Chronic Diseases of India, and ARDSI Manipur Chapter Imphal. On the inaugural day today, 22 elderly persons were honored by presenting cash and shawls. As a part of the event, a memory walk was also taken out on JNIMS campus. Speaking at the function, Dr. K. Santibala Devi, Associate Professor of Psychiatry, JNIMS, said 5% of elderly persons above 65 years of age suffer from Alzheimer's disease. 20 to 40% cases are detected among the elderly persons between 70 to 75 years of age. Dr. K. Santibala said women are more vulnerable to the disease. She said in case it is treated on time, the elderly person can lead a normal life. She said the elderly persons need to give in more love, care and affection. JNIMS Director Professor Laisram Devan said proper care and attention should be given to the elders. Balanced diet, physical exercise and recreational activities are must for elderly persons.
Maruina care maruina nasai treatment se masidi leite odong tobi ahar werkana budilo sing joer pase masidi ahar dilai na yang lawa sei kunchari nioi ama tonga na koina kam de lojin biraga kam da biraga kana to masu ma ko bi ngam di de pase makoi jum to kani pin joer se society sida thopiraga karino han sing makoi ngam wa sitabiba Makuin yang menguasai penertabi dapat targeti makuin macam tu, depression je.
Thangmaiban MLA Kumukcham Joy Kishan has accused the Speaker T.H. Lokeshwar of disregarding the 10th schedule. Speaking to media persons at the BJP office at Nitai Pachuthek, Joy Kishan said the Speaker should be impartial to both the ruling and opposition members, but his action has been questionable if he is involved in corruption. He questioned why the Speaker is still reserving the verdict on disqualification of MLAs of different political parties, and how long will he take to announce the verdict of disqualification of 5 MLAs of MSCP, 4 from TMC and 1 from LJP. He said BJP will launch protests against the misuse of power by the Speaker along with the public from October 1st. He also said the present move of the government to recruit new posts has created confusion whether it is included in the budget or creation of new posts.
Hojik lehoriba MLA singse disqualify tabom thokte makoi singse adum chum MLA le chum mi hargana magi verdict to lok thok piusini makoi chi seng na masi aina la le soigre ai isamak amasung Sri Biswase de disqualify taw ga aina la le soigre haiba mak nongai traga su leiribe MLA sing do makoi na taw su lalamdre na disqualify to thok piusini Speaker na lok thok pangam da bagi maram karino si disqualify taw ga ba MLA ku yokhatna thamba Constitution piba pawato akoin lana sinawi mayokta Manipur sin bathungna koi laglibo October tarik amasdagi hauna akoi leiriba speaker sigi marakta mathakta khongyang jangchelagani.
The 12-hour public curfew imposed by underground outfit NRFM has affected life in Imphal city. The NRFM imposed the public curfew from last midnight against the Shillong Accord signed on September 21st, 1949. There was less vehicular traffic on important roads in the capital city and shops remained closed in Khwairamban Bazaar, Pauna and other markets in Imphal. Let's take a small commercial break. We'll be back in a short while. Keep watching Impact News.
Lengsin birau Thangmaiban DM College Road to Laiba Eastern Suzuki da. Fangbiragani Suzuki ki gari macha sing makhal suna. Mafam sida Suzuki da train tarba mechanic sing na ningthina service piriba servicing center ki khudong chaba amasung spare parts sing MRP rate ta fangbigani. Loinana irai laina loan loba yabagi khudong chaba supizari. Ngasi maglengsin birau Eastern Suzuki Thangmaiban DM College Road, Imphal, Manipur.
Welcome back after the break and you're watching Primetime English News. Worker Union Manipur WUM has warned that it will take action against those who are collecting rupees 500 to 1,000 from workers on the promise of giving them labor cards. Speaking to media at a press meet at Manipur Press Club today, WUM President K. London said the laborers need labor card to get benefits from Manipur Building and other construction workers welfare board under the Labor Department. He said the labor card costs rupees 50 only and a monthly contribution fee of rupees 2. He alleged that some construction workers are using fake cards and enjoying the benefits of the welfare schemes for the laborers. He appealed to all concerned to look into the matter.
Manipur leba tuan ba koi gi sinmising nungsibagi mingda sinmising mateng pangbagi mingda tuan mioi kanglup kharana koi gi lupa chamanga dagina lupa lising phawbo khongol kanda card sabini haina khongol kanda topom toktaba sel mayam chawk chawna lobsa se workers in Manipur na mai ki kya dagi masi tare masi kudak lepodabani hariba karigumba masi leptab taragade hariba senariba ejen khara haitare makoi singa se koi miyam mangna masi phongna phonglokani haitare aduga masida mari leinaba department so masi tuminna khangdo uda sadana masi tumina lection bum thokte.
The 69th Manipur Kanbanumit was observed in commemoration of the 1948 Pundongpam incident when people strongly protest the India government's move to create Purvachal Pradesh. Speaking at the function organized by Irabot Celebration Committee, Lamlai Local Council at Irabot Park, Chalo, Secretary of CPI Manipur State Council, Dr. Moirangtem Nara said Irabot fought against India government's plan to disturb the territorial integrity of Manipur in 1948. He said at a time when the different communities living in the state are disintegrating, there is a need to unite by following in the footsteps of Lamyanba Irabot.
Manipur yauna Purvanchal Pradesh Sevgani haino kodar mukuna magudi Manipur ta Irabot ko mission amagi lamchin makhad Manipur ki prajamiya mahogre nishi mina thore adudi mashi yaroi to thozi hai kana bharot sarkar ma ko order do kare maramaduna ngasi leiba Manipur singa masuk tamya kuma saktam ngasi mak ai khoina Manipuri macha amane hai chawpok chaba Manipuri culture Manipur is sport ki aduba powerhouse of the Chowpuk Cherry of Punamakshigi, Maru de Irabot ki Fiat to Mari.
People of Yairipok Yambem Khul in Andhra have denied that they did not extend support to Andhra MLA Shyam Kumar. BJP Andhra Mandal Yambem branch election convener Maimbem Lukoi said it was a conspiracy by some persons. He alleged that some villagers of the Yairipok Yambem Khul were called at the MLA's quarters on the pretext of giving loans to them and were forced to declare their support for the MLA to the media against their will.
How give a time that any banda that the ice Hakumana, when you vision will loan, bigger the Iduna, but almost Madaka Kuala Congress Babanda Pusalaga, we would numb the Namahana, Congress was a high Iduna, we would numb the high given a point of Congress was what you can
BJP Imphal East District organized a one-day political conference and free medical camp at Youth Pioneer Club Ishekha in Kundrakpam today. International Day of Peace, one of the 70 Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations was observed today. The day was observed at Existence, a home for drug dependents in Langol. Attending the observance, second team leader PH Amarjit said there has been rise in cases of violence and drug abuse due to lack of peace. There is need to bring drug abusers back to normal life. RIMS Psychiatry Assistant Professor Dr. Gojendro and social worker N. Mahananda attended the event.
Santi haibasi tangai mak phade mioibada santi leinabagidamak akoi mioibasing se loina gyan taba masangi gyan taba haiba kansida himinariba mi khara khaknatana ayamba sarukta gyan tabagi sang yamna watpanina haidi akoida yamna problem se masa masa dagi horna asauba mayam ma thoi siuma mayam se leitana ba akoina maruina ngasi leibaki oiba issue mayam amudugi maraktagi khangatjaraga si khaktani akoina shanti gi numi si khaktani akoina palan tawjarisi.
Acting on a tip-off, a team of Imphal East Police Commando arrested an active member of KYKL during a search operation in Loitang, Laikinthabi on Tuesday. In a press release, the PRO Police Department said the KYKL cadre is identified as Laishram Sanahal Mitai, 30 years, son of El Ibungo Mitai of Loitang, Laikinthabi, Mayai Laikai. 2 live rounds of 9mm ammunitions were also recovered from his courtyard. Acting on a tip-off, 31 Assam Rifles of 10th Sector Assam Rifles arrested 3 overground workers of PLA on the 11th of this month, September, from Nampisa in Ukhrul district. In a press release, the PRO Assam Rifles said they were carrying explosives to Imphal in a Mahindra Jeep bearing registration number MNS 5862. 2 improvised explosive devices weighing more than 8.76 kg, 2 detonators and other incriminating articles were found in the Jeep. The 3 arrested persons and the seized items has been handed over to Litan police station. A one-day awareness program on persons with disabilities was held at Kanimram village in Machi block in Chandel district. About 100 disabled persons and their family members attended a program organized by Society for Health and Educational Development under the aegis of National Institute for Empowerment of Multi-Disabilities, Chennai. Co-convener of JAC against the brutal killing of M. Yaipaba, Johnson Mangangcha, said the death of Yaipaba, whose body was found in Khuyathong Pukri Achauba on the 15th of this month, was nothing to do with Thangmaiban MLA KH Joy Kishan. Speaking to media at BJP head office at Netai Pachutek, the co-convener said Jotin Waikom, who contested assembly election in Thangmaiban, should clarify to the people of Singtamai regarding the release of 3 accused in Yaipaba's death from the police custody.
Aina hajaki wafamdi hauji lairi phongphong sana lairi ngai marak sida accuse ahum ase ekhoigi mamangda lepamba ekhoigi hauji su lepkane na tawriba yam kanna panariba Jotin Waikom masala ga police custody dagi pugre bisi karigino masi pende bisi maram se Shiri akhoigi haujiki pukriba Jotin Waikom sina Singami praja akhoida sengdorkadabani.
A man was bitten and handed over to police by locals of Lamdeng Kunau in Lamshang today. Yanglem Bobon Singh, alias Inauba, aged 20, son of late Basanta from Lamsang Tautang, Apaiba, was caught by locals while misbehaving with girls of the area. The incident occurred around 2 this afternoon. The culprit was handed over to Lamsang police station. The locals said Yanglem Bobon has been misbehaving with the local girls and women of the area for the last 6 to 7 months. Two Assam Rifles of 9th Sector Assam Rifles held a security meet at Upper Koirupok in Ukhrul district on September 19. Village headmen, secretaries, presidents of youth club and women's society attended the meet. A medical camp was also organized at the venue. Sports items were also distributed to the youth of Molan, Laishram Kulen, Laishram Punka and Hongbi. Manipur Students Association Delhi MSAD will celebrate its annual Freshest Meet Come Social Gathering 2016 on the theme Apun Bana Yaipare September 25 at Sir Shankar Lal Hall, North Campus, University of Delhi from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The program will comprise of literary meet, cultural presentation representing different communities of Manipur, selection of Mr. and Miss Freshers and game shows. $25 liters of country liquor seized by Langol Chingmi Taminupi Yaipa Thauranglob was burned today. The liquors were seized yesterday from vendors near Siju Hospital, Langol. It may be recalled that sale of liquors and other intoxicating substance was prohibited following the firing incident of September 16th. Now to sports news. A number of Indian cricket icons will be among the icons celebrating India's 500 Tests at Green Park Stadium in Kanpur tomorrow as Virat Kohli's team begin their quest to regain the top spot in the world rankings against a dangerous New Zealand. Former Indian captains including Nari contractor Chandu Borde, Sunil Gavaskar, Dilip Vengsarkar, Kapil Dev, K. Shrikant, Ravi Shastri, Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Virendra Sehwag, Saurabh Ganguly, Mohammad Azharuddin were expected to witness the 500 Tests. India played their first Test match at Lord's, England on April 13, 1932. In 1933, India hosted their first Test match against England in Bombay on December 13. In February 1952, India registered their first win against England at Chepauk Stadium, Chennai. With 2,748 points, India placed at second rank. BJP active member El Akub Kom said they plan to construct a mini sports stadium in Zaikolung village in Hanglep constituency. Speaking at the closing function of the first Jetsdo Tribal Open football tournament at Jailungluang public ground, El Akub Kom, who is also the chief advisor of Rajya Sabha MP MC Marikom, said MC Marikom and the villagers wish to have a mini stadium in the village. He also said there is a plan to build a community hall under central funding for the people living around the Loktak project. In the final match of the first Jetsdo Tribal Open football tournament, Jessa Mazuron beat Hautak FC 3-1 to claim the title.
Areas the lady Kun Mayam se Pullaga, Mapam do Kadaidano, Sasi se, I quite a Kalaga, Maduki committee, form Toraga, Maduda MP. की परमिशन लौबा NEC की परमिशन चेंज चोंबदुदी आई तौजरगे मफम से सेलेक्ट तौबिरो नेक्स्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर मनुंगसिदा मादुगी प्रोग्राम दो हप्पा याननबा अखोय हौरसी मणिपुर दा प्रोजेक्ट मयाम पाइखले लाइट खुगा दाम प्रोजेक्ट सो मेनी प्रोजेक्ट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ना अफा अफा प्रोजेक्ट याम पाइखले अदुबु येंगसिनबा ngamdadana ayamba matamda fail oyi.
Before we wrap up the bulletin, a quick look at the headlines once again. Governor Najma Heptullah wishes to work closely with Manipur media. Political parties complain CEC about large-scale recruitments in government departments close to the forthcoming assembly polls. JNM's contract employees cease work demanding regularization of their service. Candidates of A&M female health workers who are denied Viva Voci storm medical directorate. And India to play 500 Tests against New Zealand tomorrow in Kanpur.